such an asshole!
Hi Aaron, I listened to you when you were a guest on Lori Zook's radio show and talked about your book Curse of the High IQ, although I've yet to read it. I found myself nodding to every point you mentioned in your conversation with Lori, and instantly made sense why I couldn't connect with a lot of my peers growing up, and also why I was never interested with what the majority of them wanted to do. I'm a female with a high IQ of 134 and went through the most horrendous bullying in school for being different and smarter than everybody else. I significantly remember going into survival mode and telling myself when I was 12 or 13 that I needed to try to conform, otherwise I would never survive. In hindsight, I know this sounds stupid, but I did what had to be done so the mean girls would lay off of me. I kind of know what that was, but from the guy's perspective. And yes, don't let people say, oh, you just weren't conforming. No, people are evil when they're younger, and most of them deserve to die. So, over time, after doing this, my social life got somewhat better. It is amazing what happens when you put on Cavaricci jeans. How many people are like, oh, wow, you're cool now. It's just like, and I had less problems making friends as I went to university. I also managed to keep my grades up, and I am now studying in one of the top universities in Canada. Despite all this, I would still feel a sense of satisfaction and sometimes even waves of depression. Of dissatisfaction and sometimes feel waves of depression, but I could never put my finger on why I felt that way. However, since I started watching your videos, it became clear to me that I am much more libertarian than most of my friends. It was a very enlightening discovery. It felt a lot like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders as I realized I don't have to pretend to be somebody I'm not anymore. I am fortunate enough to have been raised in a conservative family and have a long-term boyfriend who shares the same views that I do. However, I don't think I have the confidence to go public yet. For starters, most of my coworkers and friends are complete leftists, and even if I can't help but roll my eyes at the things they say and do, I don't quite know if I want to run the risk of losing most of my friends. So my first question is, how do I gain the confidence to be true to who I really am and what I believe in, even if it means I have to start over and make some new friends? I realize that these people are not my real friends if I cannot be myself around them, but I suppose driving my friends away feels a little counterintuitive as I've spent years trying to get friends in the first place. All right, let's answer that question first. I personally do not have any leftist friends or family members in my life. My life is too short. I do not have traitors, parasites, idiots, sheep around me. I just don't. Now, of course, over the course of time, this has taken a long time to develop, and frankly, I don't have a ton of friends that I hang out with in person. They're all spread out across the world, frankly, unfortunately. But at this age, though, I can be somewhat arrogant about it because it's like, no, I slowly started saying, you know what, I gotta kick these people out of my life. The problem with you, however, is you're young and you're in college, and all of your friends, who may or may not, well, they'll all claim they're leftists. They'll all claim they're, Democrats, or in your case, what is it, labor? They'll all claim that, oh no, we're socialists, we're leftists, and that's good. A lot of them, as was the case when I was growing up and I was in college, a lot of them are conservative, a lot like the black community. A lot of them are very conservative. They've just been brainwashed to think that they're Democrats or leftists. And you're like, you what? You want to go make money? You want low taxes? You're bitching about the taxes you pay. You're what else? You believe a man and woman should get married, and you're against divorce. You're against the government and welfare, but you still vote Democrat all the time. Why? Because it helps the little people, or because of the evil corporations, or whatever. So, whereas at my age, people are really either dumb or they're evil if they're still leftists. Like, they purposely believe that we should just take other people's money, or they're so dumb, they're like, you're just one of the little people that I don't want to hang out with them. I can afford to get rid of them. Plus, as people age, they get wiser and they become more conservative or libertarian leaning. In your case, though, you cannot have that blanket policy, I don't tolerate leftists, because that's all you got in your group of friends. Now, if you come out and say you're a Republican, or in your case, Conservative Party, you will alienate and piss off everybody. Almost everybody. You'll get some really cool people, though, who will say, hey, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And those are like your really good friends. And that's what happened. Hang on, I got to turn that off. And that's what happened to me, because I was still the Republican and conservative, and I didn't care. And I got some really cool friends out of it. So you may alienate 95% of or 90% of your age group, but you'll still keep around, 10% are like really cool. But I would not. In your case, you have two things that you can do. One thing certainly going for you. One, you're not a conservative, you're a libertarian. And you'll usually get some people, like, they'll be like, oh, that's cool, what's that? It's like, well, I believe in gay rights or, freedom of speech and this and that. And you can do, legalization of drugs, but I think we should have low taxes. And even there, you might alienate some people. But you won't be that total, oh, man, you're just Stephen Harperist, you're just a Nazi. The libertarian name protects you from a lot of those accusations. But the other thing is, I wouldn't even necessarily mention politics at all. Don't really bring it up in conversation unless it's brought up and people ask you. You just say, well, I believe in this and that. Now, what will happen is you are going to lose some friends, some ideologues. And you probably wouldn't be friends with them anyway because they're kind of like, they're fake. The people who get so upset about politics at that age that they're not going to friend you anymore, they're really substituting a lack of any accomplishment with this religion, with a leftist religion or feminism, or pick any one of your isms. So chances are you don't want to really be their friends. But that doesn't mean you don't treat them polite. Certainly don't talk about this shit at parties. But you don't want to have those people in your group of friends anyway. But you do want to kind of find like-minded people. So I would use that as kind of like a happy medium, which you're not compromising or being hypocritical. You are being who you are. You're a libertarian. But that will start to separate the wheat from the chaff. Your goal here is long-term good friends that you can hang out with. You don't need a ton of them. You just need a handful. Those are the ones that you truly need as friends. But if you want to have like a general social life, you're just starting college, don't rock the boat. Let time take its toll. You got plenty of time. I'd avoid politics definitely at college parties unless they really drag you into it, and even then, I'm not political. But then slowly and stealthily start to find out who is not the leftist dipshit type of people, okay? And then you'll get a good group of friends, you'll have fun, and then slowly by the time you graduate, you'll have this group of friends that you should have weeded out and vetted, like, okay, these are the really cool conservative libertarian type of people that I want to hang out with. And it sucks, dude. It sucks. Like, I remember when Obama got elected, like, all my friends were rubbing it in my face. I'm like, you guys obviously, I wasn't no 22-year-old kid anymore. I'm like, you guys obviously don't understand this isn't bullshit. And so I'm like, yeah, you guys are done. I mean, if you're going to just, it's one thing if you're going to stab me in the back. It's another thing if you're going to mock and ridicule me when I'm, like, fucking educated and experienced beyond all belief. And you guys are like, I play my guitar. And, look at Clary over here. You only predicted every fucking major economic event. So after a while, and you start to build up your friend base, you could start to be picky and choose. Like, I don't date liberal boys. I don't hang out with liberal or leftist people. And so, but for now, don't rock the boat. Get yourself a good group of friends. Get yourself that tribe. Then start to figure out who is a little bit more intelligent, who's a little bit more intellectually honest, and who's more politically aligned with you. So that's what I would do. My second question is: do you have any useful tips you may have for a young libertarian to maneuver around coworkers and bosses who I don't get along with socially? This would be very much appreciated, as I'm currently also working while studying. I'm new to this and still trying to figure things out in my place in the workforce. I can already see that cliques go past high school and exist in the working world too, which is slightly disheartening. Well, you don't talk politics at the office. You don't fuck people at the office. You don't date people at the office. You don't talk politics at the office. You go to work. That is what work is. This is a simple one. I don't know why people are, I'm trying to date this girl. I'm trying to get my coworkers. Dude, you don't put them on Facebook. That's work. Work is this separate thing. Okay? Work is this separate thing. And that's how you make your money. Right? And you need that money. Right? So you don't, especially when you're in college, don't talk politics. Don't fuck people at work. Don't date people at work. Work is work. And even when they say, they go out for social stuff, don't go out for social stuff. You don't go out for social stuff at work. Work is work. School is school. Friends are friends. Right? And so the second one is useful to maneuver around coworkers that you don't get along with socially. You're not supposed to get along with them socially. You're supposed to get along with them professionally. So I don't know what your upbringing or what your thought process was to bring you to this conclusion that you should be getting along with them socially. There should be some social aspect or component to work, let alone a political one. No, there is none. Work is work. That's where you get your paycheck. And then you go home when you check out at 4:30, slide your card through. That's it. You're done. So I would like to wrap this up by saying my boyfriend actually found you on YouTube when he first showed me your videos. my then fake leftist ass told him that I didn't like him and that I didn't want to watch. Oh, you didn't like me. That I didn't like you. She's referring to me. And that I didn't want to watch your videos with him, but I would secretly binge watch you in my own time. And now I think I'm a bigger fan of you than he is. He wanted me to tell you this so you can rub it in my face. Yeah, dude, that's called hypocrisy. Dude, and here's a perfect example. These gals, just for you boys out there, these girls will all be like, yeah, 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 and I'm a feminist, and I believe we should have all free healthcare. Yeah, 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 yeah. You just have to stand up to them, and they may even get more in your face. But the fact you stood up to them, that's good in their mind, especially if you're trying to date them. Because if you just agree with everything they say, that's like the quickest way to get friend zoned. Well, yes, whatever. I think we should enslave all the white people. Oh, yes, we should make people pay 98% taxes. Whatever you want. Can I feel your boobies? And you say, no, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong there, sexy legs. No, I don't think we should give people free. Matter of fact, I think we should sell our children into slavery. Throw it back and be hypocritical or just lie. But yeah, it would be cool. You just stand your ground against girls, especially politics, and you don't even have to really believe it. I mean, if you want to get, you could kind of troll them a little bit, even if it's a conservative girl. Why I believe in we shouldn't have abortion? Like, I had 3 abortions yesterday. Just kind of. Then they'll be like, what? And that right there. And so all the girls in college are leftists. They're all leftists. Even though deep down inside, if you ask them, they're not. And this is again where the betting technique comes in. But don't necessarily get in their face, but kind of, what do you think? And they'll be like, oh, he stood up to me. Oddly enough, I'm attracted to him. So I hope that helps out, but just lay low, focus on your studies, just go with the flow for now, but start getting together and picking and recruiting, drafting a good team of very good conservative libertarian friends. Best of luck to you. Toodles.